Hello everyone, I am Pranav Sharma, student of PG DAC September 2021 at CDAC Kharghar. And today I will be talking about lambda expressions. So lambda calculus was invented back in 1913. And the day that it was invented, it has just made the lives easier, not only for mathematicians, physicists, but also for programmers. Lambda expression has solved many troubled problems that were ongoing, and it is still continued and is still doing the same. Now, let's dig deep into what do we mean by lambda expressions when we're talking in terms of programming. Okay, so lambda expression in Java is just a feature which is available in Java 8 and further editions. So a lambda expression is a short block of code which can take in parameters and return a value. Now, as we can see, a block of code which has a set of statements which can take up parameters is known as, and that can return a value, is known as a lambda expression. But how different is that from a method? Method does the same thing, right? So a lambda expression are similar to methods, but then they have no name. That means it is an anonymous kind of a method. And lambda expression can take up parameters or it cannot take up a parameters. That means it can have zero arguments whenever we are talking about the expression. Now, why do we need this feature in Java 8? So use of lambda expression makes our program more concise, readable, maintainable. Okay, that means in short, it helps us to write a clean code. Along with that, it helps us to enable functional programming. Now, what do we mean by functional programming? That means it is a kind of a programming, a way wherein we pass on functions as an argument to different method, different functions. That is called as a functional programming. Now, whenever we use lambda expression, the code, the number of lines that we have to write using a traditional method gets drastically reduced when we just use the lambda expression. Also, it helps us to reduce the code bloating. That means a code bloating can be defined as a code which is very long, which is very complex, which is very heavy. It has got many complications. It takes time to execute. It is called as a bloated code. That means a heavy code. So by using lambda expression, such problems can be eliminated. We will look into the advantages and how to use the lambda expressions in the further video, in the further part of the video. Now let's just quickly remember a couple of points before going to the coding part. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a lambda expression is a function without a name. And because there is no name, that means this expression cannot be modified. That means it cannot be overloaded. It cannot be overridden. Okay? It's a shorthand that is allowing you to write a method at the same place where you plan to use it. Now, this is something which helps in, which put in the point of writing a concise code. That means your length of the code is reduced because you're using the method then and there only where you're declaring it. So the number of lines for the particular program has been reduced. As I mentioned earlier, the lambda expressions returns a value, but then it does not typically uses the keyword return or return statement as such. It will just return the value to the expression that is found in the function base. That means where it was given a call, where the lambda expression has been called, it will return the same value to the same function base itself. Okay, and when you the most important thing that we have to remember is that when you read the code, there is no need actually to look anywhere else for the method's definition. That means you don't have to look for, or you don't have to go through the entire program to see where the method has been defined, how the calling statement is working and everything. Now let us just quickly go to the program. So what I've done is I have used a very simple and a very basic program to help you understand how lambda expression actually works. Now consider a very normal scenario, a very traditional scenario, wherein I have an interface, which I've given a name as my interface, and it has a method, which is display, has having the return type of void. That means it will return nothing. Okay. Now, if I have to use this method, traditionally what I have to do is I have to implement this interface into a class, and then I have to override the method, which is exactly what I'm doing from line number 5 to line number 11, is that I've used a class, my class, which is implementing my interface and overriding the display method. I have simply given a call to a statement which is saying that we are inside the my interface implemented class. That means I'm just trying to show that, this particular block of code has been executed. Now, whenever we declare a class, to access the elements of the class, we have to create the object and the references. So on line number 17 and 18, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the reference. I'm creating the reference called as obj object, and I'm giving the call to the display method using that reference. So obj.display will actually give me the output, which is that we are inside the main interface implemented class. Now, what I'll do is I'll quickly comment this second part and I'll run the program. Let's just check whether we are getting the same output or not. Yes, exactly the same output we have got, that we are inside the main interface implemented class. That means this particular method has been implemented, has been called, which is inside a class which implements the interface. Okay, and the method has been overridden. Now, this is a very traditional and a very long way. Now, what we are doing is we are actually using a functional interface. Functional interface is nothing but an interface wherein we just have one method inside the interface. Such kind of interfaces are called as functional interface. Now, in this scenario, we have a functional interface called as my interface, and we just have one method. So don't you think it is a bit odd that we have to write such a lengthy program to just use this set of statement, right? So what we will do is Lambda expression will actually come to help us over here. So what I'm doing is I'm referencing the interface with the object 2, the equals to sign and the parenthesis. What it means is the equal to operator defines that this is the function base, and this the right hand side is the expression that needs to be evaluated. And when I was talking about returning the value, that means the right hand side will be evaluated, and whatever value it will have, it will be assigned to the function base. That means to this object. So I have a parenthesis. Okay, the arrow sign is very important, and then starts your scope. So whatever that you have to write, I am simply using a simple println line, that we have used Lambda expression to print this line. This is what I want everything to be on my output console. Once this expression has been evaluated, the value has been returned and stored in the reference, which with the help of the reference, I'm calling the display method, and everything gets evaluated. Now let's just check how the output comes on the console screen. So yes, exactly. So we have used the Lambda expression to print this line. Now, you can also, what you can do is you can simply, make this as a parameterized expression as well. So what I'll do is I'll put in the value X and I'll print X over here. I'll pass on any number, let's say 10 for an example. So when I was talking about a Lambda expression can take up arguments, this is what the example is. You can simply pass on the arguments to the Lambda expression, and as we can see, 10 has been printed on this side. Okay, so we have been through all this discussion. We had already seen what all help a Lambda expression can offer us. So let's conclude the result. So when I was using a traditional method, the same set of statement to just print a simple line using a class, using an interface, approximately it took me around 19 to 20 lines. Okay, wherein the Lambda expression, when I was using the Lambda expression, my job was done in just nearly 12 to 13 lines. Now this can seem a little, a little bit not that much big of a difference, but then when you look at the bigger picture, when you see that when you're writing a code for 10,000, 20,000 lines for an example, and over there, if you can reduce your complexity of the code, your number of lines in the code, so everything becomes easier. If someone else is reviewing your code, it becomes easier for them to go through your code. The debugging process makes it easier. And also in this case, I did not need to even declare the class. So that was also a help that Lambda expression has provided us. So this is what the entire Lambda expression has been all about. That was about the Lambda expression. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Pranav Sharma. Thank you so much for watching.